bippity bop.
All right, man. So, Frolic, you guys are live right now on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation fucking radio, man. How you guys doing?
Hey. Right.
Hey, I can see one of you, man. You got your camera on.
Hey.
All right. So tell us, man. We just got done blasting Legacies of Cybernetica, man. So, the new record, it's fucking amazing, dude. It's awesome, dude. It's already getting fucking all kinds of praise everywhere, and it's well deserved, in my opinion, man. It's a really good record, man.
Thank you, appreciate that. Nah, we're thrilled that it's been getting as positive of a response. Like, obviously, we're incredibly proud of what's going on, and hey, we're excited and glad to finally be able to share this with folks.
Fuck yeah, man. So tell us what's been going on in the world of Frolic, man. What have you guys been up to?
We just had a couple CD release shows on July 3rd and 4th at Neck of the Woods, and out in the Pussy Palace, respectively.
Nice.
Right. And then the next weekend, we headed out to Red Bluff, and partied with our homies in Plague of Malice, Gore Fetish,
Shadow of the
Element. Yeah. Well, we've just been trying to go out there and play as much as we can.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what you gotta do, man. Fucking, I mean...
We've been practicing these songs for the past, 3 months, and I'm just like, I want to play them live, but it's like, no, we have to wait. But now, all bets are off.
Yeah, man.
The destruction commences.
Hell yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Sorry about that. My computer chose right now to have audio problems.
Well, see, I was foreseeing audio computer problems on my end, so I've just been chilling in the waiting room for 20 minutes. I was just like, I'm here.
The best part is everything tested well when I tested all the audio, and the moment I joined, all the sound went away. Because computers are great. Isn't technology great?
That's how it goes, man.
Yep.
That's how it goes. So, we got the whole band online with us right now, or who all's here?
Right now, you just got the rhythm section so far.
I'm in here. What the heck?
Oh, wait, you are?
I've been here. I've been here this whole time.
Well, behold.
Hey.
Yep, it's the three of us. Lenny isn't available.
Yeah, I was going to say, state your names and say what you do in the band.
All right, who wants to go first?
You.
Alright, my name is Edgar Sanchez, play guitar and do a little singing in the band.
Alright, yeah, I guess I'll go. I'm Zach Kufeld. I play bass, and every once in a while I'll shout into a microphone, but not as much as Edgar.
And I'm Elijah Post. I play drums, and sometimes write lyrics, and even less so shout, not into a microphone, but who knows.
Hell yeah. So how long have you guys been how long have you guys been doing this? How long have you been in a band, and how did it get started, man?
Well, technically it started, more than 10 years ago, back in my old garage spot where I was kind of jamming with a few other friends, and then you get the story where you meet with a few people, and then all of a sudden people got other things going on, and then they can't do it no more. But we had basically stayed doing that for more than 10 years, And so we've been kind of, going real strong ever since then, and, playing a lot of shows and, playing around the area, doing a few tours here and there. So we've been, going real strong for, the last, few years, 12 years basically. So yeah, we've been on it for a while. So, it's been a long ride, and now we got Zach and Elijah, who are brand new member. Zach's been in the band almost 10 years, and Elijah had joined us in the, during COVID and all that stuff. And so Lenny joined in late 2022. So we've been doing pretty well ever since then. So yeah, it's been going really well.
Hell yeah! How'd you guys get hooked up with Will Carroll and fucking Hectic Records and all that, man?
So Mr. Will Carroll, I mean, he's local to the Bay, so he had seen us a few times, and I remember they were trying to get us on their label, and they wanted to try to get one of our releases on there, but we were like, oh, we weren't ready. And then we had contacted him and hey, we have an album, and let's think about working together. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah. And so kind of went pretty good after that.
So you turned him down at first?
Yeah, because we felt like it was kind of like out of the note. It didn't feel right, at that moment. It kind of wasn't the right moment, Plus, it wasn't really an album. It was just more like a live kind of, EP kind of thing. But yeah, it was still like a 30-minute kind of set. And so they were like, oh, we want to put this on our label. And we're like, we could, but we didn't really feel, like that was what we needed to do at that time. We just felt like, we want to write an album, we should at least do it that way. And so we did. And now it's out there. Now we're with Hectic Records, working with Mr. Will Carroll of the Death Angel. So it's been pretty good. That relationship's been very positive and very, very good on us as well, since it's been helping a lot with spreading the name of the album as well out there too as well.
Yeah, man, I interviewed him on the show a couple weeks ago, and he had a lot of nice things to say about you guys, man.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
But that's really cool that's cool that you guys knew that you weren't ready at that point, and then you waited till you were ready. I think that shows I don't know, fucking
something.
It shows something, yeah.
A modicum of self-awareness.
Self-awareness is maybe this isn't the best time to try and reach for the stars. Maybe we kind of hoard our eggs until we're ready to
hatch. Yeah.
We still put the set out. We still have that live album out. It's from when we opened for Death Angel and Forbidden back in 2023 as part of their Christmas show. But doing it on CD and cassette as a self-release is one thing, and doing it on vinyl where the whole scale has to be a lot higher, and knowing how small of a band we are, we realized it didn't make a lot of sense. We didn't want to put out our previous album on vinyl either, so we just said, okay, yeah, we'll wait until we have something more reflective of where we are now as a band.
Well, this record is great, man, and it's definitely been making some moves, dude. I mean, you didn't just get fucking thrown out there on Banger TV once, man. They did it twice, dude. I was like, hell, fuck yeah, man, that's badass, dude.
Hell yeah.
That felt really good. I've been watching Banger for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I've gotten a lot of my taste in metal from Banger. So I thought, just getting, I knew I was going to bug Blaine on his live stream. Both Edgar and I went to his live stream when he was researching for that week. And we just made the rounds, and just to for him to like it would have been enough. The fact that it got pushed all the way to the monthly video, I was screaming and shaking. I was so happy. I love that show.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta imagine, I know I get a lot of fucking emails every day, but I can imagine that they get a shit ton, so they look at a lot of different stuff, and so it is a big deal, I mean, when they pick something out that they fucking like, it's because it's fucking good, it's because you know what I mean? It definitely means something, man.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Hell yeah, man. I'm fucking proud of it, man. I'm proud of you guys, man. Fucking it's fucking cool, man.
Thank you, Dad. No.
Hell yeah.
We made it.
So what's coming next for you guys? What do you guys have planned, man?
Well, we got a few shows. Actually, a few shows this weekend. Well, one show this weekend. I have 2 shows this weekend. But the first show, we're going to be playing in Vacaville. It's going to be a great show with our good old friends in Beheader, Dread, Battle Cattle, Blood Rot, and Violent Insurrection. It's going to be a great show. 6 bands. Tomorrow night's going to be sick. But then after that, we got a few shows lined up in September. And then after that, I think we might take a little break because I think we want to kind of, get some, kind of like some ideas to work on some newer stuff. Obviously, newer stuff is in the horizons and a lot of things that we want to try and do later on this year. So we're not, for sure like stopping. We're going to just want to, keep on writing and keep doing more of those. If, we get some show offers, of course, we'll, obviously consider them. But right now we're kind of in that mindset of like, this having this new album is great, but we definitely want to keep on pushing to write newer stuff as well. And that's the big thing that we're trying to do later on.
Hell yeah. And and for people out there that don't know, you guys are a Bay Area band, right?
Bay Area based, yes. We're from here.
Hell yeah, man.
Bay Area, born and raised.
Obviously, the Bay Area has a fucking a long history in the metal community, man. There's fucking so many of our favorite bands have come out of that fucking area, dude. Like
insane. Yes.
Yeah, man. But you guys are like sort of like the new, you're like the new, you're the fresh fucking new shit that's coming out of there right now, which is I don't know. Like, do you think about that? Like, do you look around and think about the fact that you're linked in now with such a fucking historic fucking thing?
In a way, yes. In a way, no. Like, you don't really try to think about it like that because we feel like we're trying to make our own kind of mark. But I mean, we do sometimes maybe think about it a little bit that we can say that we're definitely contributing to the scene in itself. So we do feel like there is some kind of responsibility, but we definitely want to just keep writing more, keep pushing to be on the top, right? So just we love playing music, so the more we do it, the better we get. So we love what we do. But I do think that it's good to at some point, we do think about it, not all the time, but it does come across our mind at times. But we're just happy to be here,
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I mean,
to echo Edgar, you do have to acknowledge it, but you can't let it dominate everything you attempt to go for. Like, you do have to just do what you like.
Mm-hmm.
It's music.
That's right. Yeah,
we're here to make some pretty noises, and hopefully people like it.
Well,
yeah.
We like it.
It feels good to be part of it, but it's also like we are as individuals have our own influences, and we're gonna sound how we sound.
Tell me about that, man. Like, what's some of your influences and shit? What kind of stuff did you guys grow up listening to, and what got you into playing?
Well, for me personally, it was more like Iron Maiden, Metallica, and then obviously that kind of gravitated towards more like Exodus, and I think that's kind of what made me want to play more like that kind of style. And then of course Overkill,
mm-hmm.
Creator, but then of course I kind of got more into like At the Gates. That got me into them, and there was a lot more like Swedish death metal that I liked, so I started kind of branching out into other territories and not just sticking to just the Bay Area thrash, because that is what I would gravitate a lot towards when I was like a little bit more younger. And that was kind of my style, but I eventually was like, there's all these other good, styles of music too. But a lot of, obscura, like, Dragon Force, Black Dahlia Murder, a lot of great bands like that I listen to a lot. I know Zach has, a wide variety of death metal as well.
Oh my God!
And he can tell you more about that too.
I generally tend to lean more towards the tech death side. In my casual listening, I honestly, when I first joined, I had never really considered being in a thrash band. just because I was always like, I like more, like Archspire is one of my favorite bands. Necrophagist.
Hell yeah.
Dying Fetus, like just really chunky, like
yeah.
But honestly, being in Frolic has shown me such an appreciation for thrash, especially the riffing, the tight rhythms that I hear in thrash have really brought me around. And like, one thing I've always said is every musician I've jammed with, I've been able to learn something from. So there's little runs like I see Edgar playing, and it's like, oh, okay, like, and there's stuff I've learned from a guitarist I jammed with 10 years ago that I'm still using and playing around with today. And that's... Sorry, I'm ranting. But
no, it's fine. Go ahead.
That's honestly one of the most beautiful things I've been able to find about playing music, is that you kind of take a little bit of everyone you've been able to play with, and you kind of forge that into you. And
yeah.
I don't know.
It's like Zach Wild's always talking about, man, like making soup, man. You take different ingredients, you throw them in there, and you fucking make soup, man.
Exactly.
Damn right. We're all different in our influences.
I don't know. Zach's are really winning with the W takes.
Yep.
How did you guys come up with the name Frolic, man?
Frolic. So that was from the Death Angel album, Frolic Through the Park.
I knew it.
Yeah. So originally what happened was that there was a few names we were looking at like hell years ago, and I was like, oh yeah, let's be Phobophobia, because violence was another favorite of mine. But then apparently that was taken, so I was like, damn, it was taken. So then I was noticing that there were a lot of bands that were doing the whole, like, there's a band called the Ultraviolence, there's a band called the Antichrist, there's a band literally called Bonded by Blood. So a lot of bands were doing this whole thing where they were paying homage to a lot of their favorite bands. And so we just said, oh, let's take Frolic, and it was like a lot of people were like, what the fuck, is this an indie band, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? And so that was kind of the cool thing about it, was that a lot of people just thought, oh, this might be an indie band, but in reality it was like, oh shit, it's a metal band. And so it was sort of also to use that name to throw people off, to not have them think
a little fake out with it, where
like Frolic is a weird name. It's a weird name, but when you hear the music, it's like, oh wow, this is pretty cool stuff, right? So a lot of people tend to judge right away because of the name. So we kind of like make it seem like, oh yeah, Frolic, sure, but like deep down, it's definitely something to kind of like mess with the listener or whatever, so that they can think like, what the fuck is this, but when they listen to the music, they're like, oh shit, this is actually pretty good. But it's kind of like to throw people off, mainly. Like Frolic was kind of that thing, but I feel like we've made it into our own thing, which is just brutal, fast music that we like to do.
Yeah. Well, and it's easy to remember. It's one word, like, and it sticks.
It's easy. Easy. Yeah. Very, very simple for people to hopefully pronounce and remember. So.
Also, you can't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
People who get like worked up over stuff, and it's just like, dude, we're a band called Frolic. Like
dog.
Like, you're at a Wendy's, brother. Chill out.
Sir, you're in a Frolic pit.
You're at a Wendy's.
Who did the logo and the artwork for you guys, man?
Oh, so the artwork actually was done by our good old friend MRGN out in Indonesia.
Hell yeah!
And so we've been working with this guy for a very long time. Has been doing really well. Like, we've been working with him. Shout out to MRGN. Check him out on Instagram. But he helped us out real well with a lot of album covers and a few other art pieces as well. So he's been incredible. And then for the logo, we had a good old friend back in SF, who helped work out the logo, and he's still doing stuff. Good old name. His name's Toby. Love the guy, great guy. But yeah, that's kind of how we got the the logo made and the artwork as well. Artwork made by MRGN though. Check him out though. Great guy.
Dude. Those fucking Indonesian motherfuckers, man. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing it, man. Like
they doing.
I'm not sure if you guys know, we do the Tennessee Metal Devastation Music Fest here.
I've heard about that.
We've used a few different people from Indonesia to do artwork for different various flyers and stuff.
Nice.
And man, like they're just, I don't know what it is, like, but they're super easy to work with. They're fucking very affordable, and they're fast.
Enthusiastic. Yeah. And they're super enthusiastic. They're about it. They're passionate, and just like how we are, we're same thing, So it's great to work with people like that have that same vision and same attitude, because we need more of those. We need more of that.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, what's your opinion on fucking AI art versus having some
terrible?
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Ooh, terrible. Get out of here. You're not a real artist. It's like I don't know if you've ever seen the video where there's like this car, there's a truck on a railroad tracks, and everyone's all yelling, "You're not a train! You're not a train!" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're not a real artist." Same thing with AI, all that shit. I hate it. Like, and I can go on about it, but I just hate it. So,
I think the trouble with AI is that, like, I shouldn't be in charge. I'm not an artist who can create an interpretation of something. I can say what I want, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the project should have. The thing that makes an artist is their experience and their ability to draw something like beyond just the words that you're saying and the ideas that you have. The best art that I've ever commissioned is stuff where I just said, here's a couple of vibes, here's maybe a thing that I drew as a little reference, you do it. And then from that we got the artwork for Destroy the Throne, which was one of our last singles from our previous album, and it ended up being such a good piece of artwork that I still use it for certain, like as an asset for certain things, even though we're not in that album cycle anymore, just because it's such a good piece of art, because an actual artist worked on it. There is absolutely no way I could have AI generated something nearly as good.
That's right. Homeboy made it his own, and MRGN like really created that vision that we kind of saw from our own eyes, and he just made it like 10 times better. But I feel like it's more worth going through an artist, and because you can afford it. Like, I mean, artists are great people to work with. Some aren't, but MRGN, we've always kept that relationship, and he's always delivered, and he's always done great work. And so we want to keep doing that, because people respond to it very positively, and they're willing to support someone that actually puts in the freaking work to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people think, oh, I can just AI generate this, and it's like, man, quit being lazy. Y'all just being lazy, And that's the big problem with today. Is a lot of people are just so lazy with it, and it's just more of a thing that's being more of a clusterfuck within the society, where people are just kind of using it to just do random bullshit. Like, we got all these memes, like AI memes. It's like, what the fuck? There's no passion there no more, and it sucks. It's sucking the life out of it, and it's not real. It's not real.
I mean, there's just something cool about knowing that somebody was sitting there drawing or painting or doing whatever with their hand and working on something, over a matter of days or weeks or whatever it took, like just the fact that, like it's an extra story to the whole thing, like just like
Definitely.
It is with you guys in the studio sitting there with your instruments, and you're each playing your part, and you're each putting together different things, like it's just another piece of that whole story put together, and I think when you don't have that, it does kind of, I feel like
sucks.
And that says nothing of the plagiarism aspect, because like I when AI was first coming out, I did play around with it because I was curious to see what it was before it became increasingly clear that it wasn't cool. And I remember there was this one time we were playing around with some prompt, and it generated an image that had these weird squares at the bottom right corner, and we realized, oh man, that's somebody's copyright that this thing has pulled, because it has pulled from so many copyrighted works that it thinks a copyright or some kind of text or something should be on that corner, and it just blotches it out, and it's so obvious that it's stealing from copyrighted works.
Yeah, no bueno.
It's crazy, man. So for the gearheads out there, man, tell us what kind of stuff you guys are using in the studio and live, like how you getting your sounds and shit, man.
Line 6 and Metal Zone, that's all they do. I know I'm the drummer.
He's the drummer. He obviously don't know shit. But me personally, I'd be rocking EVH 5150 Iconic head. That's what I also use for the studio. But funny enough, for live, I've actually been rocking it pretty simple with the Orange Gain Baby 100 watt, and I just kind of been using my Jeff Loomis Devil's Triad. Kind of been using that one to kind of plug in for the overdrive, and pretty simple setup. Plug in, let's go, let's start rocking. Pretty cool with me. And for Lenny, he be also using PV 5150 old school, so he old school kind of shit. And then Zach, I know Zach, he wants to say shit.
Hey, what's up? My name's Zach.
I know you want to tell him about your gear, so
I play bass. I'm rocking a Dark Glass Microtubes 900 V2 with a Microtubes X preamp, a harmonic booster, a chorus for the pretty parts every once in a while, and a decimator to shut me up when I need to. All this being supplied by my beautiful Spectre Euro LX5.
Ooh, I love it.
Hell yeah.
My newest baby.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Dude, those fucking 5150s, man, like, that shit is just fucking insane. Like, so many, I mean, it just does it, doesn't it?
It slaps.
Yep.
It's funny, you know, like, I think about it sometimes, you know, like, and I wonder, because Eddie Van Halen, he did not sound like a lot of people sound that are using his amps, you know? I wonder sometimes, like, did he purposefully make it to have, like, so much fucking gain and so much of this and that, because he wanted, like maybe he wanted to throw people off, because he didn't want, because if you look back on a lot of his old interviews and stuff like that, he was always bullshitting people and, like, giving them, like, the wrong thing, you know, like, oh yeah, I do this and I do that, you know. But, like, so I wonder sometimes, you know, like, did he purposely make that amp to be, like, so far away from that, but then inadvertently it turned out to be, like, one of the most iconic iconic amps in metal, you know, like, today, you know, like, fuck. But,
yeah, definitely.
We used to play a Van Halen song as a transition, didn't we?
There was Running with the Devil.
Running with the Devil, that's right.
Do that. We would do that. For shits and giggles.
Just play that riff for a couple seconds, going into the madness, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Bump, 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 boom, bump.
Hell yeah.
Great.
Fucking just that forward.
Legendary, man. Legendary shit, man. Well, tell us, if you guys could play a show with anybody in the world, man, what would be, like, your dream fucking lineup to have at a show or a gig or a festival or something like that?
Yeah, I'll probably go first. I'd probably say Exodus, Violence, Testament, Laz Rocket, if we can get him back. I don't know if that's possible, but that would be my dream lineup, but then add Frolic to that, and you got yourselves a deal.
Definitely Exodus. Or
Judas
Priest.
Judas Priest, he said.
Hey, you never know.
Metallica can open for us.
Do you remember when we did that fake flyer where we made Metallica like a 32nd size?
And I want
5-Finger Death Punch.
sloppy.
Oh hell! Oh hell no!
Did you say Five Finger Death Punch?
No one said that.
You ever see that Hard Times article that goes, band that talks hella shit about Ghost, super excited to be opening for Ghost?
That's happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would bring a crowd.
Yeah, I'd be happy to open for Ghost, sure. Play for people, put smiles on faces, okay, sure.
They'd be like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, 2/3 of them aren't even going to be there, and the remaining of them, maybe half of them will like it.
The devil's music.
May I interest you in some riffs?
Well, you never know though. You know, like look back on Ozzy took fucking Metallica out back on when he was doing the Ultimate Sin tour.
That's right.
You know, fucking Metallica just came out there and was just fucking like laying it to waste, man. Like they
took full advantage of the opportunity that they got.
Yeah, they were open up for Wasp and shit back in the day too. Like fucking a lot of those people. I bet a lot of those people were going to those shows, you know, not knowing what to expect, and probably buying a lot of the fucking Metallica shit afterwards, man.
Damn right.
Hell yeah. All right, man. Well, I guess I'm about out of questions. For people out there that want to find out more about you guys and hook up with you, support you, buy some merch, stuff like that, where should they go? Where's the best place?
Frolic Bay Area Instagram that has all our info, Bandcamp, YouTube, merch store, you name it, up all on there. Everything you name it cannot go wrong. Once again, Frolic Bay Area on Instagram. You can find everything that you need about us right there.
And if you want to go straight to the merch by any chance, we got CDs, we got cassettes. We can link you to Hectic's website where you can get the vinyl. We got shirts, we got patches at merch.frolic.band.
Flags, buttons, stickers.
Oh yeah, we got flags,
stickers.
we got some buttons. Do we have buttons on the website? I'll make sure we do.
But if you order from our store and you pick up a few vinyl, we'll make sure to give y'all some stickers for sure.
Hell yeah. And you guys are easy to approach for like people, like for other radio stations or podcasters and stuff that want to do interviews or, you know, talk to you guys.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Please.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, we want it all. Sign the contract. No, it's good.
Hell yeah. All right, well, before I let you guys go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
What do you need us to say?
Whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Frolic, and you are listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
This is Frolic, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you for having us.
Hell yeah,
Thank you, sir.
man. Hell yeah. Anytime,
Much love,
man. Anytime. What I'm going to do now is going to blast some more Frolic for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Hell yeah. Pit wherever you are. If you can hear this, start pitting. Are you at work? Start pitting with your boss right now.
Start pitting now. Start pitting. Start
right
that
now.
pit.
Hell yeah. Destroy the fucking
Taking a
place.
shit.
Knock over
Start
our desk.
pitting.
It'll be great.
Skibbly biddly boo. Skoona goona goontun. Or how did that song go? I forget.
Pitting your grandma, tell her she's gonna start pitting with you.
Get in the
Do it
ring,
now.
About to start moshing on Jaws, yo.
Hell yeah.
Okay, now, hell yeah. Frolic.
Elbows up, grandma.
All right, man. We'll talk to you guys later. Cheers.
All right,
Cheers.
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 Thank you for having us.
Later.
There you have it, folks. Frolic live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation fucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your neighbor's driveway.